I wanted to.
In the Pacific Northwest, there is a special and hateful place these two schools have for each other in their hearts. From Jake Browning's point or Kenny Wheaton running back to score, this game has had plenty of moments, and maybe we'll get another classic in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on 48 Sports College Football. Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Ducks will put it away to start the game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies offense will have the opening possession of the game. The last time these two met, it was Washington clipping the wings of the Ducks by just enough. They did just enough to get handle the moment well, handle the pressure well. When you think about the Ducks, they put a lot of pressure on you. And this game means a lot. We've seen Washington have some success in this rivalry, and last year, Jesse, they just eked it out.
Yeah, it's not like Washington is looking at Ohio State and Michigan and Penn State only. They still remember how important this game is and how tough this game is to win after all the years they've been playing Oregon in this storied rivalry. That was a tremendous win by them the last time out. They're going to have to be dialed in this one.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Floyd. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Verrier. Rushes on him. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. For decades, Washington dominated this rivalry. Then 1994, and the pick by Kenny Wheaton took it to the house. And since that moment, this rivalry has been on.
It's been so much fun to watch. For years, it had conference championship implications. We've seen Heisman Trophy implications in this one. More recently, college football playoff implications as well. Always fun when these two teams get together.
And it doesn't matter what conference they're in. We're always watching this matchup. All eyes are on this match. They don't like each other. A lot of animosity. The coaches don't like each other. The players don't like each other. This is going to be a great ball game.
Touchdown, Oregon!
You say you don't like
First points of the day are on the board.
You don't like Washington, Holly?
This offense is so
Why do you
good.
like
Man, they can
Their
hurt you
Huskies
in
are
so
faithful
many
dog.
different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Hold it, finds his man on the left. Try to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there. And as a result, the offense actually loses a couple yards.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Washington sends out the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got his man quickly. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. On the ground, trying to keep it going. Hauls it in. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Good news for this offense is it hasn't taken them a long time to get into a rhythm in the passing game. That's already his 100th completion on the season. He'll put up some big numbers this year if they keep up with this pace.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass, it's Hurtado. Got his man on the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something.
Touchdown, Ducks! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. They're facing a third down. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats.
No, you missed it. They actually No, they actually had a live dog.
Big turning point.
Okay, I guess that is a very
awkward thing. Get this game rolling again. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. These corners backing off a bit. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That's reeled in. It's Lewis. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives, and they'll try to make... He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Leaves it with the back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not.
Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. From the gun, the running back has it. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. To the air. It's very air. It's complete. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
What?
The Huskies moving quickly to the line.
All right, defense,
What?
you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another one.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Washington sends out the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab on the left. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed, and if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Back to throw. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
That's a great play by the defensive back, swatting away that football on that deep pass.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Leaves it with the back. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays.
There he goes. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Might be looking.
Come on, right tackle. I get you held the last play. Doesn't mean you don't block the next one. the hell, brother?
And the Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. That's caught. It's Averill. Good, solid tackle.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
The throw. Makes the grab. Finds a crease at the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space, and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. They go to the ground. Powers through the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, they wait all year for this game, and the Ducks and Huskies could just give us one fun finish today. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Going to the run to start this second half.
To do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic.
Turning it on. The 30. Past the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership, my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Back to throw. It's Verrier. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there,
Cover
take the
jeans.
positive yards, and never complain.
Here we go. Second down, he'll throw it. And they won't make the connection.
Yes.
To make a big play there.
This is a top 20 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but He plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run.
I was your friend all day yesterday.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. The Ducks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Going for 6. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Ducks! This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big...
Washington is ready to go back on the attack. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And the Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Verrier. Got it in the middle, it's Needham. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. The RPO, it's complete. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Not a big window, and that throw was money. They've got it at the 30. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
I didn't steal the blankets.
Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Rios.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The play action fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to...
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And the defense comes up with the sack. And this is honestly not what we expected. We expected this to be a high-flying offense. You know, this trigger man is usually really, really on top of things. This is a day he would love to forget.
He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
He's got him. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. After losing yardage on first down, second and goal from the 10. It's complete to the left. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. This offense has been unable to find the end zone all day. Can they do it on third and goal? Wants to throw it. Caught in the backfield. It's Rios. They've got him now, and he almost picked up that first down on the screen. That leaves him with a tough fourth down situation. You'd love to just chip into the lead, but at this point, a touchdown's what you're after.
And I think it just clears up the decision-making later in the game. But I think you stay aggressive here. You try to get the touchdown. You're not going to have very many opportunities like this left in this ball game in the fourth quarter.
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. And the Ducks buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Looking to pass. It's Hurtado. Working that left side now. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Takes the handoff. It's Brown.
You can't run quicker.
Not finding any running room, and I think that loss is going to give back what they gained on the previous play, and now it's third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. On target. He's out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Ducks decide to punt it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Red pass, it's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
He wants a big play here late. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. Fourth time we've seen this guy punt it today. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Fires to the big fella. And